A woman was under attack by a swarm of piranhas, thrashing her head frantically, desperate to shake off the vicious fish. But in the next instant, she was dragged beneath the surface. Meanwhile, an elderly man fishing nearby suddenly found himself caught in a massive whirlpool that erupted in the lake. Before he could even fire up his speedboat, he was sucked into the churning water. A school of piranhas rode the whirlpool to the surface, and when the lake finally settled, the old man had vanished without a trace. The police realized something terrifying might be lurking at the bottom of the lake. The next day, they sent 2 divers down to investigate. Following a crack in the lake bed, they descended deeper and deeper until they discovered a massive cavern opening at the bottom. One of them mustered the courage to swim inside, but he'd barely gone a few yards when he spotted countless fish eggs clustered all over the surrounding coral. Just as he reached out to touch them, something bit him. Blood quickly spread through the water. He immediately lit a flare and froze in absolute terror. His screams brought his partner rushing over, but by the time his colleagues saw the horrifying scene, it was too late to escape. Though the team above managed to pull the man up in time, his lower body was nothing but bare bones. They also brought up one of the piranhas. When the police took the fish to a lab for a professor to examine, they made a shocking discovery. This was a prehistoric species that had supposedly gone extinct a million years ago. Though small in size, its mouth was packed with razor-sharp, serrated teeth, and it was extremely sensitive to blood. Once these creatures locked onto a target, they would swarm in a feeding frenzy. The professor stared at the vicious piranha in the tank, lost in thought. He had a sinking feeling this wasn't just a freak accident. It turned out that just days earlier, an earthquake had struck the center of the lake, creating a massive fissure in the lake bed. Countless piranhas that had been sealed underground for eons were suddenly released. And what made matters worse, Lake Victoria was currently hosting a huge tourist party. The entire lake was packed with thousands of people. Music, alcohol, bikinis everywhere. But no one noticed the massive schools of piranhas silently closing in from below.